Hey everyone, this is Eric Burton with the Cryptex Review live version. It is 2024. Welcome. Let me just check to make sure that we're online. We are. No risk, max profit means 0% risk for your personal assets. Cryptex provides a fixed investment deposit, no private assets required. Okay. That's the first objective with this review, is to help people understand whether or not cryptex is legitimate, in my opinion, from my experience of withdrawing Bitcoin from the platform, from also purchasing contracts and helping others to understand how to purchase contracts. This is basically the DeFi staking finance future of what crypto and Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies on the blockchain are preparing to do. Okay. We'll go through a few things here just to kind of give you enough information to where you can click on the link in the description below, and you will come to this page right here where you can join btcprofits.info. It's free. You just put your email, your best password, the best email you have, because whenever you want to withdraw Bitcoin from your actual account wallet, you'll need to be able to have an email that you can access to comply with whenever they ask you if you are making withdrawal, and you say yes, then they will complete that withdrawal. Without being connected to that email, you won't be able to do that very easily. So make sure it's the best email you have and a good password as well. Okay. So hidden fees. There are 0 hidden fees in these contracts. Okay. Now, basically all a contract is a second or a third party is involved in a contract, especially when it comes to this. There could be multiple people involved in a contract, but for these purposes only, there are basically 3 entities besides cryptex as being the actual provider of all of this and this platform as well. The banks, insurance companies, and then you, the anonymous wallet holder. This makes it legitimate and legal for banks and insurance companies. I've heard this question and comment asked to me over and over. And then we'll get into some other questions that people have asked before. Make sure you go to bitcoinprofits.info to get all the information. First, risk-free investment. Now, risk-free basically means that if you're going to purchase a contract of $100, because every contract is, that is the scope and the scale of your profit or loss, if you want to call it that. There are people in the comments asking, well, what am I going to lose in this? Well, you could lose the $100 that you put into the contract, okay, for whatever reason that it might be. And I am just expressing my opinion. I am not a financial advisor. I can say that a lot of people have a lot of issues with compliance and or any type of involvement in cryptocurrency is going to be risky. But you know what? Whenever I see multi-billionaires, and many of them millionaires too, investing in Bitcoin, and then a lot of people try to straight away invest in Bitcoin when it's at $40,000 a coin and it goes down to $30,000 a coin, they're whining and complaining because they don't understand that portion of the market. Well, this is a way for you to just take $100, okay, and within a certain period of time, receive back a certain amount depending on what contract you entered. Okay, it's basically a certificate of deposit. Now, I've been told by a lot of different people that I'm not supposed to say this word or that word, but you know what? This is an older cryptex website. They're working on the cryptex 2.0 website, but it does say free to invest. So if you want to call this an investment, well, by all means, then that's basically what it is. But if you just want to put $100 into a contract and then hopefully get $35,000 worth of Bitcoin out of it in the next 3 years, well, then that's what it is too. Okay. So it's basically like putting money into going to the movies on the weekend with a family of 4, which is going to cost you about $100 anyway, and just kind of waiting and seeing if that investment does give you some type of return. Are the movies or the grocery store going to give you some type of return? Only in feeding you or entertaining you. Okay. So it is $100. To some people, that's a lot of money. To some people, that's not very much money. Okay. I'm probably speaking to those people who can afford, say, $300 or $400 or 3 or 4 contracts to get started, to see how it's rolling, to see how it's going. If you want to start to promote it, you can. And I will be able to show you in links in the description below in other videos of how I've made withdrawals because I'm promoting, and also how you can earn a little bit of income residual on this, as well as watching your contract continue to earn those interest payments that you see every day. Okay, I'm not going to show you that in this video. You can click on the link in the description below to get that information. Okay, Cryptex provides deposits. Cryptex provides you a fixed investment deposit per contract, no private assets required. I've even had questions asked like, well, do you need to use specific personal numbers like a social security number, or do they need your phone number? No, you are connected with a specific account. Once you sign up here, you will get a specific number that is connected to your account. It's basically called a Bitcoin wallet number, or I just call it a wallet. Okay. And once you have that, then you have the capability of sending that externally to another wallet that you actually own yourself, whether it's a cold storage wallet or it's a wallet online that you have 100% control of. Well, we don't really have 100% control of the online wallets, but you probably do have 100% control of the cold wallets. Click on the link in the description below to get information on that cold wallet, or look it up on Google if you don't understand everything or anything about crypto to begin with. Okay, these are just basically Cryptex contracts. One contract is $100. You can invest in the 3-year contract. And I say invest because that's basically what you're doing. It's like a certificate of deposit, and you're earning interest on a daily basis because of what a bank does, which in that contract, the bank gives you a certain amount of money to be able to start that node, okay, that crypto node. And it's something that's on the blockchain that helps the processing of millions of other Bitcoin and cryptocurrency processes that you can earn a basic small minor percentage from, because you own an asset on that blockchain. It's basically just like what banks do with, or even PayPal, for an example, when they have merchant fees. Whenever you're purchasing something online, there's a merchant fee. Well, there's a fee for sending money to and from on the blockchain with cryptocurrency, especially starting with Bitcoin. So if you're going to buy, say, some groceries online with Bitcoin, and there is a processing fee or any type of fee that you're going to see, even with something like a credit card fee, well, that's the money that you're earning from this. That's what this contract is about. That's what Cryptex has put together for us to be able to help us to earn a very minor portion of that transaction fee, if you want to call it that. Okay, Cryptex is like free mining. If you've ever tried to mine Bitcoin and you get all of your electronic technical stuff that you need physically, and you plug it in at your house and you start trying to mine Bitcoin, well, it will start mining Bitcoin, but it depends on the CPU power that you have, and electricity costs are going to be implemented into that. So that's actually what this company is doing. they have provided all of the things that you need and the setup to where you can just earn a percentage off of it, being just a bystander with $100 to purchase one contract. Okay. Now, is it 100% legitimate? I can't tell you that it is, but I can say that I have made withdrawals and I have seen the Bitcoin wallets that they are sending the money that I would draw from to me. And those wallets cannot tell a lie. Okay. They tell the truth when you can see all of the transactions they've made, especially since 2018, and we're in 2024. So they've been using the same wallets that they have. They probably have multiple wallets and hundreds of thousands of people in this. That doesn't mean that all hundreds of thousands of people or members are actually participating in purchasing a contract, but there are many, many people around the world that are doing this quietly and silent. And that's why I'm not going to show you the back office in this one. You can click on the link in the description below to see my back office results and watch me purchase a contract, okay? No hidden fees or costs. That means the contract is $100 and that's all it is. Now, if you don't have any cryptocurrency or Bitcoin on the blockchain, then it's going to take a little bit of money to get that money on the blockchain. So if it costs you $120 to get $100 into the back office of cryptex to purchase a contract, well, then it's going to be $120 because of those fees. But once you have Bitcoin or cryptocurrency on the blockchain, you don't want to constantly try to take all of it out and then try to put some more back in, take all of it out and put some more back in. You want to guesstimate, okay, as much as you can to where you leave some on the blockchain so you don't have to continue to try to transfer your cash from your credit card or from your bank account to the blockchain, which is going to charge you a handily fee. Okay. Sometimes it's $30+ to put $100 on there and you're spending $130 to get a $100 contract. Or you could leave some of it on there and on the blockchain, whatever cryptocurrency you have, and anticipate those type of fees. But remember, in that contract, you are profiting from the transaction of cryptocurrency on the blockchain. Okay, that's where the percentages comes from. So if I am charged $50 to send $200 to somebody with Bitcoin, well, then that's why I'm earning a small percentage, because the banks put the loan in the contract. That's where you get the money to purchase the Bitcoin on what they call a master node on the blockchain. And then you leave it in there for a certain period of time that the contract tells you to leave it in there, and you can earn off of being willing to leave it there. Okay. So the one big problem with most people and the questions that they have is it's just not understanding or misunderstanding what is actually going on. Okay. We're basically doing what the banks have been doing analog wise for decades. And this has become digitized. That's what cryptocurrency is a digital asset, if you want to call it that. Well, can the blockchain be shut down? Can the internet be shut down? Yeah. Can the world catch on fire? Sure. You have to take things with a grain of salt when it comes to these type of things, because it's just $100 that you put forward towards a contract to see if you can get a certain amount of money in a certain period of time. If you're willing or capable of doing that, then this is probably for you. If you're not willing to do that, if you're going to ask me, well, when can I get it out? Well, when do you think you can get it out? At the term of the contract. Can I withdraw it after a week? Why would you want to withdraw it after a week? I just told you it's a 3-year contract or a 5-year contract or a 7-year contract. Okay. You have to give it time. That's what this is for the long haul. Without obligations, you can cancel the contract at any time without obligations. Yeah, you can cancel it. You can buy it for $100 and then cancel it a week later, but you still lost your $100. So why would you cancel it? I mean, that would be ridiculous. You would want it to go to its term and just sit there and watch it every once a week or whatever. Boost your income. You can increase your profits and income with the world's best referral program as well. Let's go to some questions that we have seen in the comments. Explain to me how $100 causes it to start with 44K to leverage with. That is where it loses me. Well, it loses most people because you're so fixated on what the banks have taught you about finance and what schools have taught you about finance. Whereas cryptocurrency has come up and Bitcoin has come up and shocked the world because it's not going to be controlled as much as people think by the regulatory systems that I know for a fact are pretty much scamming most people on this earth. Okay. The banks are making billions upon billions, and people are still struggling day to day because they don't understand money. They don't understand finances. They don't understand holding assets. Okay. So I'll say it again. You take $100 that you have earned, that you put on the blockchain, purchase in Bitcoin, and you buy a contract. That contract gives you the rights to a bank loan that they're going to put on there that is not in your control. Okay, it's in their control 100%, but they do that to where you can have a certain amount of Bitcoin to start the process of earning and compounding interest on a daily basis for a 3-year, 5-year, or 7-year term. That is it. Then the insurance comes in because the banks want the insurance there to make sure that if anything happened, if an asteroid hit the earth or if the internet exploded, then obviously the contracts would be null and void at that point. Okay, so at least the banks would get their money back because it's insured. Do we need to pay for that? Well, our interest accrued over time will be paying for the loan interest and the bank's interest as well, and the insurance as well. But will we see that? Will it matter if you put $100 in and 3 years later you can take 35,000 out in Bitcoin? Will it matter then at that point? Probably not. Okay. So look at the big picture here. It's $100. I'm speaking to those people who can afford it, who can afford to purchase a contract. I'm not speaking to those who want to put $100 in and turn it into $200 in 5 hours and then extract it. I am not talking to those people. Okay. Here's another question. I need some information. How long does it take for cryptex to release my funds? Well, I just actually explained that to you. You have to go into a 3-year contract, a 5-year contract, a 7-year contract. They even have a 10-year contract possibly coming. Now, do you understand that? 36 months, then you can extract whatever monies is in that contract, okay? Because you have the rights to the wallet, okay? You have the rights and controls to the wallet and withdrawing from that wallet, okay? If it's a 5-year, it will take 60 months. Again, like I said, you can't put $100 in and a week later try to take $200 out. That is not what we're here for, okay? So if you're here for that, please leave the video now, okay? Now, here's another question. What are the ways you can lose on cryptex? Well, I think I've actually explained that already too, but if the earth explodes and we all leave this mortal coil, or if cryptex turns out to be not legitimate, which we have actually seen since 2018, and it's actually been 6 years now that they have been paying out legitimately, consistently. They are here for the long haul. This is my opinion. Is it 100% true? I don't know about that, but I can say that there are hundreds, if not thousands of people in this, and they've been in this for a while. And I can say again and again and again that I have made withdrawals. You can click on the links in the description below and watch me actually make a withdrawal in my video links below. Okay. Last question. Why does the bank and insurance companies need to use my wallet to conduct this transaction? And why not just hold all the info and create my own contracts? Well, if you are some type of engineer or some type of internet guru that can put all of these things together for yourself and go to the bank and actually work it out with them and then acquire a node or a master node for specifically Bitcoin or any type of cryptocurrency, if you can figure out how to do that, then by all means, go ahead and do it yourself. Or you can just take $100 that you can afford, because that's who I'm supposed to be talking to, and you can invest or put it into that contract. I guess investment is a bad word to most people, but I don't really care, because that's basically really what it is. You're just trying to take $100 and turn it into, say, $35,000 in the 3-year contract. I mean, that's all it basically is. It's basically cash arbitrage. I'm taking $100, putting it into what I believe is an asset, and in 3 years it turns into $35,000 in Bitcoin. Now, at the rate of what I see cryptex is charging for releasing those funds or distributing those funds, $35,000 is going to cost you about 5% when you transfer it to whatever wallet that you choose. If it's a wallet online, or if it's one of your cold storage wallets, then they'll charge you accordingly. If they're charging you 10% at the time that you are taking out $35,000, well, it will be $3,500 to withdraw it. If you're going to complain about getting $32,500 back, and you thought you were supposed to get $35,000 back, and it was 3 years later, but you only put in $100 to begin with, why would you be complaining? It's $100 to $32,500. It's a win-win either way. So can they raise those percentages in the next couple of years? Yes, they probably could. But are they probably going to do that? Probably not. It's just a transfer fee that they charge, that they earn some type of income off of this as well. Okay. And that's all it really comes down to. Okay. So again, click on the link in the description below, btcprofits.info. Sign up right here, email, password, the best ones that you could have. Make sure you can access that email so that whenever it comes time for your contract to expire and you can withdraw those funds, you need to make sure you have access to that specific email so that you can say yes or no to whether or not you just tried to make a withdrawal by cryptex. And I show that in the link in the description below when I made those withdrawals. And sometimes it takes about 12 hours for them to make an email to you, because they're probably processing those manually. They haven't got to a point where they're automatically processing those yet. Okay. So I'm doing as much as I can without showing too much of the back office to explain to you that this is an opportunity in the cryptex or cryptocurrency space, especially for those of you who don't understand cryptex or crypto enough to where you could do it specifically on your own. I think that's where a majority of people are going to lose their money anyway. You want to put $100,000 into Bitcoin right now, you get a little bit over 2 Bitcoin. But if it goes down to $30,000 a Bitcoin, well, then you would be in the loss category right now. Okay. So you never know if it's going to go up or down extremely. So this is a way for you to take $100, purchase a contract, and let that $100 grow from that contract. And the way that they do things at cryptex, to make sure that you could possibly get a solid return in 3 years, 5 years, or 7 years. Okay. So click on the link in the description below. I hope I've explained a few things to you about cryptex in the review. Look at my other review too, my first one that I've done a few months ago, and I will see you on the next video.